Hi and welcome to another session of advanced readings. This is a technique that we use in spiritualism a lot, and it also inspired me when I had the oracle readings through the NAADI oracles, where messages were given to me thousands of years in advance. Mind-boggling stuff. And also, of course, it's used in when you're using clairvoyance by email reading and sometimes by telephone. You know things before the person calls you. So I'm inspired by this technique and I hope it helps you. There could be a message here for you today. So you'll see me working in blue light for this, because this is how the medium can get close to spirit. We often use a red or blue light in my circle, particularly if you're doing physical or trance work. Anyway, hope you enjoy these sessions. Now my next message is another psychic message today, and it's about that I'm picking up somebody who's watching this video at the moment and is having a bit of a chocolate binge. As you're watching this video, you're eating chocolate, you've been eating chocolate, and you will eat chocolate because I feel you're a bit of a chocoholic. Okay, so you know who you are. Let me just see. Let me just see if I can get a few more things just to tie it down, because there might be more. There might be various people doing this. So let me just see if I can feel other things around you. I feel you've got a broken garden gate. The gate to the garden is broken. That was another thing to help identify you. And a few things around the house broken actually that need fixing. Because I've also got a toilet that doesn't flush properly as well. Okay, so those are three things that I think could help identify the person this message is for. And I've got to say, you've been struggling for a long time to do something creative. It's like you're wanting to do something that expresses your thoughts and your feelings, you know? So you've been doing a very dull job, and I think it's linked on this level with you in a way. I feel I've got to keep doing that dull job for a while, but you're doing something where you're trying to bring something creative out. It's almost like, I don't think it's the spiritual work quite. It feels first and foremost to be kind of creative, but it's linked into the idea of spirituality very much. It's linked into this idea that creativity and spirituality are kind of linked together. And it's like you want to get out there and do workshops and teaching things and do things where you're helping others to find themselves. And I want to say you can do it, but you've obviously got at the same time be fairly practical about things, because your money's short. Seeing those few broken things around the house must mean that you have, the money needs, things need fixing, so there's money's needed for little bits and pieces like that. So I'm just seeing you helping people doing some artistic thing. And I kind of feel that I'm linking visual arts like painting and things with auditory things. So I'm hearing music and paintings and visual things going together, and that you're doing this thing. And I don't know if you were involved somehow with a pageant of some sort, because I'm seeing a group of people walking through the street as if I'm doing something. It feels like we get Notting Hill Carnival, or with this, the carnivals in places like Brazil and things. I'm seeing something like you've got an involvement in something like that as well. And I just want to say, yes, keep at it, because you know you don't have to do the same dull old job all the time. I feel that you can gradually establish a reputation as a creative person and a designer for things that seem to be ultimately something to do with a creative thing that goes out to the public, and has music and banging, and it's like a carnival design almost. And there's something like that you're doing. And it will work. I feel it will work. You can do it. Have a go. So maybe that message was for you, and if it was, please do leave a comment in the comments below on YouTube so that other people can recognize that this is real. I mean, if you look back at some of the older videos, you'll see that some of the most strange and obscure messages have been taken to the letter, and there's been some interesting stories that have developed once a person has made the comment. So leave a comment, and even if the message isn't for you, it's still a good idea to leave a comment, because this helps spirit to connect with us and maybe get you a message next time. Okay, this is a message for someone who's just recently lost their dog. Because I'm seeing a dog here being brought forward to me. Now, I'm not very good with describing dogs, but this dog does seem to have something unusual about its ears. I think its ears are long and floppy, as opposed to pointing up. I feel that they're long and floppy and they flap like that. They clap almost like a funny noise when they shake their head. Okay, and this dog also had unusual colouring. It's a sort of a chocolatey sort of colour to the dog, but I think there's a marking on there as well that seems to help to identify the dog to you. So, and my feeling is there's a lot of grief with this because this dog passed over quite recently. In fact, it's had a second wind actually, because there was a point, perhaps not long ago, where the dog nearly drowned because I'm seeing it in a river and it hadn't been fished out and it was all right and it got up, but there was a moment of worry that the dog nearly drowned. Now, it's not what took it over, I feel, but I feel that there was a condition like that. And I feel you've been really grieving about this animal for a long time. So there's a gentleman in the background here who's talking about this in the spirit world who also loved dogs. So I feel is looking over the dog. You would have known him well. And I feel you would have known him from the family as a man who loved animals and dogs. He loved all sorts of animals, but he particularly liked the dogs. He'd lost 3 in his time, and he'd lost 2 together. And I just want to say to him, he wants to say to you not to grieve about the dog. I can't know if I can get the name. I don't know if it's Champ or Chap, or Ch sort of sound. Ch is I can hear. So something connected like that with the dog. And if please give me in the comments what you think is the correct sound of that name, if I've not quite got it there, but I can feel that. I just want to get one more thing. The dog had a red collar, I want to say, and when he died in your home, he didn't die at the vets. I feel he died in the home, and you had to wrap him up to take the body to the vets. That's what I'm seeing, rolling him up in something to take the dog to the vets. Okay, so I just for disposal in the end, you know. So anyway, it just wants to show the dog is in the spirit world with the gentleman. I can't hear his name, but I'm getting feelings from him, and you would know him in the family. And I'm trying to get his name. I'm hearing a name like Mackelson, but I don't think I've quite got it. But that's something like that. So put it in the description, in the comments, please, if I've got this correct for you, if you're the recipient of this message. But the dog's fine, the dog's all right. Obviously, you'll still grieve for him because you're very, very close, and it's been quite a shock. But you'll eventually, you know, the time will come, and I think you'll have another dog, but not quite yet. Okay, thank you. I can feel a gentleman round me who tells me he worked in a tobacconist. He owned or worked in a tobacconist shop, because I'm seeing one of those old-fashioned tobacconists with pipes and tobacco in jars and things like this. So we're obviously going back some time with this. And I feel I'm in London. I feel I'm in London, and I'm in a poorer part of London. I might be in the south or the east of London, because I feel I'm in an area where he had this tobacco shop. And yeah, I don't think he smoked himself, because I think he used to use chewing tobacco, because I feel I chew it. And so you would recognise him, because I feel you too live in London. This is a London connection with this. And the man was a great fan of the old TV comedians like Tommy Cooper and Stanley Unwin I liked, and and Harry Worth. Those are the sort of people I'm seeing here. And he would often quote Tommy Cooper a lot, and do the Harry Worth thing on the side of his shop, you know, when Harry Worth puts his arms up and down with his one leg and one arm, if you remember that, you're that old. But I'm seeing that as something he would do, because his tobacconist had that type of mirror mirror type window at the front. Okay, and he did that all his life, most of his life, and he inherited it from his father, I feel. And it's closed now, but you still have fond memories of that place, right? So the person receiving this message is also, you don't smoke now, but you were a smoker in the past, I want to say. And you still miss it to this day, even though you've given up, I want to say. But don't take it up again, because you've learnt that it's bad, because you did have a lung condition. It's gone, sorted. But it was a problem for a while, he's talking about here. So don't let an old condition flare up by taking up smoking again. And he's saying that I'm seeing you're in London, but I feel you're going to move out of London, because he's talking about it's not quite immediately, but there's plans to move out of London, and there's plans to move into a much more garden city, I want to say, because he said garden city, and I feel as if it's a place where you're going to really enjoy doing that, because you're moving towards some people, some young people that you're going to live near that you know. And they may have just got married and moved to that area, and they've said, hey, mum and dad, you come and move with us. So I feel this is your children that you're going to move close to. And I feel that's the thing to do it, because I think it would work out for you. You're going to take up, there's two of you moving, and you're kind of near the point of retirement, but I feel you're going to do something that is, you're going to still work, and you're going to do something you enjoy. And I feel also there's something connected with animals and possibly horses in the background with that. Okay, thank you. So I hope that helped, because it's lovely doing this and giving messages to people out there, and I know some of you get very excited by the messages that you get. So thank you for your feedback. And if you do enjoy watching all this, why not come and get a reading at my website, because I've got a team of readers, you know, that are on there 24/7, and there's lots of special deals there at the moment. For example, in the UK, if you're a new customer, you can use our welcome offer and get 29p a minute for the first 10 minutes, so you can try a reading for very little. Same with the USA, we've got 59 cents per minute for the first 10 minutes on the welcome offer. So thanks for watching my channel. And do come back and follow us. Click that little bell thingy at the bottom of the page there. We do loads of things here, as well as all these readings. We've got my family involved. We've got all sorts of investigations. We've got my mystic talks, so we're inspired. We got lots of readings. You'll see our stuff with the media and all sorts of things. So keep watching, and keep watching now, because coming up will be the playlist of more videos like this one today. So there could be another message there for you today.